Welcome back to this study called We Are the Children of God, looking at 1 John, the end of chapter 2 and the beginning of chapter 3. Today we're looking at we're going to look at verse 3:1, and entitled this, The World Does Not Know. So we talked about how Christians are children of God and unbelievers are not children of God. And we're talking about the world here in the context of not loving the world, of antichrists that were in the church, they went out from the church. So, but Christians are children of God right now, and they always will be. But for the world, that's not true. The problem is that they don't know God. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him. Yet the world did not know him. Do they not know God because he's hiding? Did the world miss God because he never showed himself to the world? No. What can be known about God is plain to them because God has shown it to them. So the reason that the world doesn't know God is not because of something lacking on God's part. He made his existence plain to them, and he did that from the creation of the world, so much so that they are without excuse. So what's the problem? Why don't people know God? For although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him, but they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal man, birds, and animals, and creeping things. The world has chosen not to know God. The sinfulness of the human heart takes the truth that a person knows about God and then trades it for lies. The world doesn't know because the world doesn't want to know, and will never choose to want to know unless God intervenes. Well, since the world doesn't know God, it then follows that it does not know God's children. Those who are not believers can ever truly come to know who a Christian is. They have traded that knowledge for lies as well. The command to not love the world makes sense from this argument as well. Why would I love something that does not, will not, and cannot ever know me? This has ramifications on our relationships, doesn't it? That's why we are told not to be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. Our friendships with those in the world will always hit a wall if we're a Christian. There will come a point where you will find that they just can't love you. They can love you with the world's version of love, but true, lasting, godly, they don't know. They will always fall short. A friendship with the world will always disappoint. A person who chooses to marry an unbeliever must know that the love that you will give will never be reciprocated. You will never get that back. And in fact, they can't. It's not because something wrong with you or something like that, but it's just that they can't do it because they're from the world. And they don't know you. They will never know you. Not enough to love you. So that's the problem. Well, come back tomorrow and we'll look at verse 3:3 on purifying hope.